So I've been rambling on. I've been rambling on and I've been muted. What an absolute tool. Cool. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll start again. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hotel Cockerel. It's Jose here. It's Monday, the 27th of January. Today is your results show for week 23 competition results for week 23, and that is across all three games that we play. So that is for Predict the Prem, for fantasy football, and obviously for the Predictions League. Probably most of you are here for the Predictions League, but there are three competitions, so equally I have to let people know how people are doing in all three comps. Can I say to everyone, I hope you're all well, whether it's your morning, it's your afternoon, or it's your evening. I wish every person well across the world. You've got Adrian's here, says good afternoon, Jose et al., as Adrian normally does, and he posted it half an hour before the show started. Chang with his 4-month member chat says, regardless how we end the season, I'm forever TTID. Likewise, Chang, likewise. We have Jimmy Hotspur here, says, big up Jose in the chat. Good afternoon. Richard is here, says hello all. Drula says, afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. I've got a whole host of, Jess is saying, afternoon, all. Afternoon, Jess. Afternoon to Archer, says, afternoon, Jose in the chat. And to about 7 or 8 messages that I've got from you all to say that I was muted. In the bin says afternoon. Finally, I'm audible. You got a big up as well from Carl Simpson. Good afternoon, Carl. Before I even start asking, look, Nick's already saying I've got like 7 points. I'm going to start that because I haven't asked that question yet. Ronnie says big up, Jose. And in the bin says tough week. Yeah, it's been a tough week. Not for everyone, only for some of us. But it is what it is, as I say. So, without further ado, I'm going to start with Predict the Prem. And Predict the Prem, we don't have a new leader. It's the same person who's leading, who I think is away with work at the moment, so therefore can't be with us. A lot of you know him as Spurs GCTV. His name is Graham, and he's currently top. And he's top now by 33 points. From Chris Peters, who's a former leader of this competition. He's on 167. Another former leader, the Sheriff Mark, is in third on 167. So Rob Belcher is on 166. Ryan is 160. Totspur's 156. NM 156. Kev Clark, former leader, 153. Destiny 5 150. Ronnie 148. Alan's 148. Kuba's 144 with Scott Colliver. Carl S is 142 with Smithy. Nate is 141, Paul G 140, Neil 134, Lee Wiz 132, Grant is 131, Quez on 128, Milton's on 121, yours truly's on 117. I have made loads of points up. I've made loads of points up. Haven't moved up a place, but I have certainly got away from Johnny, and I've made loads of points. So I'm really happy. Johnny's in 24th, and then the list of the Dragon D's is 25th. And Sai is 26. Then everyone else has had weeks where they have predicted and weeks where they haven't. The people that have really taken to this game are the ones that have predicted 229 games, which is one shy of 230, which makes a full 230 selections, which is 23 weeks. But Everton Liverpool was postponed, so therefore that's why they sit on 229. Some of us have done less games, but even with the less games, I don't think we'd be able to catch up to Graham as it stands at the moment. But if you want to play this game, and the most notable thing is we're now down to 40 players here, and the reason for that is Dan Coys, as you know him, has decided to pull out of this. He pulled out of this because he was taking an absolute trouncing from Graham. So he decided to pull out, I believe. So, well done, Graham. You are top. I know that you're away with work this week. But if you get to see it on playback, you know that I've plugged you out and I've said to you, well done. Then we have the second game of the week that we play, and that is the Fantasy Premier League. And for this, what I tend to do, let me see, is that up to date? I don't think it is. because there's a big change. Right, I'm not sure whether people have dropped out of this. Let me just go and have a look. Let me go into the league itself. Let me go into the league itself. Right, so that's better now that I've found it. Right, the league itself. So now that I'm in the league itself, present it to you guys. Share the screen. And in the league itself on fantasy. Right, I only ever give you up the greens for people that have moved up this week. And from the people that moved up, you can see that Joris, with his Belgian Hotspurs, has gone into 56th place and has now broken 1,000 points. Julie Sievers, Tottenham Mum, has gone up into 52nd. And then we have Just a Harmless Potatoes. It's gone up into 50th. Jeff Miller has gone up into 42nd. So South of French Grant has gone up into 39th. Scott Colliver to 36th. Charlie Biker's into 35th. Yours truly is into 34th. The Wiz is 31st. Graham into 30th. Alan into 29th. Neil has gone into 26th. John has gone into 24th. Hanno into 21st. Ed M is into 19th. Adrian Cheer into 18th. Kev Clark is into 16th. Jess up into 14th. 76 points. You go there, Jess. That's big points. Well done. Rob Belcher has gone up into 11th. Matty Kushner climbing back up again into 10th. TJ, Tot Josh, has gone into 7th. David has gone into 6th. Nathan has gone into 3rd. And we have ourselves a new leader. Ped has gone to the top of the table. He's overtaken Ryan. Ryan has been in the lead for I don't know how many weeks he's been in the lead. But Ryan is now 2nd and Ped is 1st. So well done, Ped, for climbing up the table and taking 1st spot. So week 23, we have a new leader. We've had different leaders, but Ryan has been leading for quite a while, well, for a fair few weeks. And I think Ryan was leading before Christmas as well. But Ped's now taken 1st place. And I just want to make sure, just want to check someone out. Right. In 25th place, you can see Gunners 79, Anthony Herbert. Special shout out to Anthony. I saw him last night on Early Doors Football on Tony's channel. I went on the panel really late last night because I was on Spurs Diehards. And I went on to that one as soon as I finished. And I asked Anthony how he was doing and how he was feeling, because Anthony said to me, what's your code for your league? What's the code for your league? And he knew full well, because he was watching the program, he saw what the points were, and because his team had more points, he decided to join our league, which automatically put him top. How the mighty have fallen. He's now in 25th place and he was top. So well done to Ped. I'm sure Ryan will have a look at this and Ryan will want to reclaim his top spot. But well done to Ped for going into top place. Right, let me just go into the private chat. I've got someone in the back. I don't know what's going on because he's not talking to me. What's he saying? Hello? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Do you want to come in? Is that what you want to do? Because if you do, just come in.
Hey, I just wanted to make sure when I came in or when I was watching, I saw there was no background. Like it was just black behind you. And I got the locker room turned on, but I didn't know if you wanted it that way or if you wanted
I turned it black because I've been losing connectivity. So because I've been losing connectivity, I left it as black.
My fault. See, that's why I came in. I wanted to make sure I wasn't messing anything up.
No, you're not messing anything. How are you?
I'm great. Day off work today, so you can't beat that. Just been doing some chores and, keeping busy, trying to at least. But how's everything here? You good?
Yeah, not bad. Your hair looks like it's been combed.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I don't have as much of it as I used to, but your hair looks combed too, my friend. Looks great.
But mine is a lot shorter than yours.
It is absolutely. I need a haircut bad. Working from home, it's easy to just let yourself look a little wild.
Even my my hair on my face looks coned.
You don't have as much of that as me, for sure.
I have nothing as much as you, mate. God. I remember you. I remember you're a young you. I'm an old man.
True. It's true. You're pretty old. No, I'm just kidding. And I hope everybody in the chat's doing good. I just want to say hey to everybody in the chat also. Yeah. Thanks again for doing this, Jose. We appreciate you, buddy.
No, I'm going to ask the question, right?
Yeah.
Because some people in here have already started answering it. I've highlighted someone's already. How many? It's no point asking you because you do the cropping for me. So you know,
I already saw.
You know exactly how you've done. So no point me asking you. But this is a part of the show where I ask people, how do you think you've done in predictions? Is what I ask. And I think Nick was the first person. Sorry, just before I say that, I've just noticed Mr. Shear is here and he's just gifted 5 channel memberships. It's very kind of you, Mr. Shear. I hope you are well. And they have gone to, need to find them. Right, they've gone to Matty Kushner, Michelle Zachariah, Gaza T, Christopher Inshaw, and Char Binsky. So you've all been gifted a channel membership by David Shear. So if you were to, if you're not on the show already and you come to the show, this is the gentleman that has gifted you these memberships.
Big up, David. Soon everybody's going to be a member because David's just getting everybody memberships. We'll all be members of the channel soon.
So you've got, right, I've got, before I start doing it, you've got, you've put a comment in there. Jose, I turned the background on as I thought it might be off. I said, no, I did. I turned it off. If you want it turned back on, let me know. I didn't realize you were putting this because I was on the other screens. We're looking at the other predictions things I was given. People saying hello to each other. You got Johnny Bethnal Green says, hola Jose, hola Colin, my bro. Big up Colin from Carl Simpson. David Shear.
Hey, everybody.
David Shear says, hello, Jose and Colin. Kuba says, big up everyone. Another week, another joyous gift from Spurs, and the bonus of having a really bad round of predictions for me. Hey, chat. I'm sick and no specs, so trouble on typing on here. Take your time, mate. Colin Blackshaw says, afternoon, Jose and Colin. And David Clark says, hi to everyone in the chat. Leave you out. I'm really sorry for you, David. Your Commanders lost yesterday to my Eagles. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I drew them in the sweepstake. And now I'm definitely guaranteed to get something because the sweepstake only pays out to the winner and the loser of the final game. So either way, I've got through by hook or by crook, and I'm on to a winner, whether I win or lose the game. So I fivefold, I make my stake fivefold if I lose. I make my stake 11-fold if I win.
Sheesh, that's a good one, man. Nice.
So it's all done on a sweepstake, and I didn't even realize that they were doing it. It was in a meeting that we met up in September, and they did it. So yeah, it's a little bit to look forward to in 2 weeks' time. You know, well worth entering. Right, I'm asking about points. So now I've got to look, and I've got to look on my laptop. So people will need to bear with me because people have started telling me what points they've got, and I'm just saying, like I normally do, I will just say yes or no to you. And the first person I need to ask the question of is Roundtable Talk. So Nick says he got 7 points. Roundtable. You didn't get 7 points this week, my friend. Jimmy Hotspur says, I think a rubbish 7. I will only confirm if you're right. If you're wrong, I won't confirm anything until I bring it up. Jimmy Hotspur. I need to look you up. That's Jimmy Talks Football. Jimmy Hotspur. Jimmy Hotspur, you did get 7 points. Drula, the real deal, says you got 13. Drula. Drula, you did get 13. Mr. Shear says he got 8. Now I've got to find Mr. Shear. Mr. Shear, you did not get 8 points. Let me see who else we got here. We got any more people saying points? Ronnie says he got 10. Ronnie, you scored. Did you score 10 this week, sir? Ronnie, you did score 10. In the bin says he got 7. He or she, because I'm not sure, because I don't know in the bin's first name. So it's a bit presumptuous of me. But in the bin says they set 7 points. In the bin, yes, 7 points is correct. Carl Simpson says 12 points.
Possibly.
Carl Simpson is possibly correct with 12 points.
It's a good score, Carl.
Archer says he got 11 points. Archer, you did get 11 points. We then have the Oracle says he's got 10 points. The Oracle, you didn't get 10 points. Ed M says he thinks he got 4 points. Ed M, you didn't get 4 points. And then I've got David Clark says Commanders defense have creaked all season. It was only a matter of time before they collapsed. Yo, Cole, hope you're well from the drooler. David Clark says he thinks he got 9 points. David Clark, you did score 9 points.
Big up, David, and hope you're keeping everybody in Leicester in line. But Jose, I have to run. But
okay, Cole. Cheers, mate.
It's been very nice, and I hope everybody. Thanks for all the kind words and the hellos, everybody. And I hope all of you guys in the chat are doing well. And Jose, I will speak to you later.
Okay, mate. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys.
David Shee, you can't have 2 shots at the 2 shots here. Saying I say you got 2. You can't have 2 shots here. Dakaru says I'm guessing 5. So Dave, you scored. You didn't score 5. Angus is here saying, I'll say Angus has been missing for quite a while in the predictions. So Angus, you could have moved up the league. Angus, I had high hopes for you of breaking 100 points, but you can only do that if you turn up. Vindaloo has left you behind, mate. Vindaloo is flying at the moment. Ben is saying, evening, everyone. And you out and leave you out. And also 0 points for you. No, Ben, you did not score 0 points. In the bin, I've guessed it right. You're a guy. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, with a lot of these people, I'll call them by their first name because I've got to know people within the community by their first name rather than by the thing. But you're a chap, so I'll call you Mister from now on if you want. Mark Taylor says, Eltel, it's called 2-1 Leicester. Yeah, Richard is saying he thinks he got 10 points. So Rory's War is Richard, and Richard thinks he got 10. Let me see if I can find Richard. 10 points. Archer says it's typical. So I don't know, didn't even got me Richard. Richard, you didn't score 10 points. Archer says typical. The only score I got correct was the Spurs defeat. Was it? Yes, it was. I've been busy at hospital. Sorry, but I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you are well, or if anyone that you are visiting is well. Right, let me have a look. Have we got anyone else? Quez says, hey, right. Anyone else want to guess what they got this week before I reveal? We had playing this week. Let me just see how many people we had playing this week. We had 60 people take part in predictions this week with 1 new player. So we've got 1 further new player. 60 people took part. We have now had 124 people play this game, right? And 60 people took part last week. 3 people broke the 200 mark. 2 people broke the 100 mark. So we now have 49 players who have broken the 100 mark. There are some people that are right on the cusp, but they need just that little bit more to break the 100. And there's some people that were ever so close to breaking the 200 mark. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 people sitting in the 190s. It's like playing cricket. You've got people in the 190s trying to make their double century. And you've got people now in the 80s and 70s, quite a few in the 70s, 80s and 60s, trying to break their 100. So So that's where we are with that. Right, let me go back this way. So if I go backwards, I can see the league tables on my laptop before I bring them up. So we had 60 people play this week, take part in predictions this week. And of the 60 people, the average scoring for this week was 9.3. 9.3 is the average for this week. So the average is higher than what it was last week, but it's 9.3. So 14 games there were this week and 9.3. So without further ado, let's have a look at how people have done. Right, here we go. All right, let me start with the guesses are up here. Right. Game week 23, the first game was not Bournemouth 5 and Nottingham Forest 0. And unsurprisingly, nobody predicted that score, but the people that went for the I've got both the guesses on. Oh, sorry, there we go. People that went for a Bournemouth victory all scored a point. There was no greens, only oranges. Now, Ben, you will notice that you went for a home victory. So, Ben, if you're still here, you scored a point in that game, my friend. Right. Second game was Brighton 0, Everton 1. And Ben, you went for the away victory, Ben. So you scored another point. And Ben was the only person who correctly got a point and predicted an away victory for Everton. So, Ben, they're your 2 points for the week, my friend. So it wasn't 0 for you. You ended up with 2 points. The next game ended up Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1. And for this, we had Jess got the correct prediction. Big John got the correct prediction. Michael Chelsea got the correct prediction. Tot Spurs got the correct prediction. Rinketic, correct prediction. Spurs Danalist, correct prediction. And Hanno, the correct prediction. So they all scored 3 points. Anyone else in orange would have scored a point. The only people that didn't score points in this game were 2 people, and that would have been Ben and Inner Hype that didn't score a point for that game. The next game ended up being Southampton 1, Newcastle 3. And in this, the correct predictions were Carl Simpson, Alan, David Clark, Jess, Big John, Side Dancer, Jimmy Talks Football, James, as I call him, Ryan G, Rob Belcher, Tot Spurs, Vindaloo, Richard, Tigaro, Hanno, Wayne Bonner, Lord Rodney, and Jim from the Perfect Match all got the correct prediction of 1-3 in that game. The next game ended up being Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. And the correct predictions in this one were yours truly, Rob Belcher, Inner Hype, and that was it. Everyone else that got an orange went for an Arsenal victory and therefore scored a point. But the Greens score you 3 points when you get the correct score. The next game ended up Manchester City 3, Chelsea 1. And the correct predictions were yours truly, Mikey Romero, Jess. And then on the second page, we had Lord Rodney and Jim from the Perfect Match, all correctly predicted 3-1. Anybody else that's got an orange predicted a home victory. So there's quite a few people who have gone for the draw and the away victory, but it's the home victory gets you the orange. The next game ended up Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 2. And for this, the correct predictions were from Drula, Jess, Mark Taylor. Jimmy Talks Football. Nick. Lee Wizkid. The Spurs Analyst. Colin and Chang all correctly predicted that game. Anybody else that's got an orange in that game is because you went for the Brentford win, and therefore you would have scored a point. Anyone that's in white either went for a Palace home win or a draw. The very next game is Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. And there were 3 people that correctly predicted this scoreline. And that is Archer, Mark Taylor, and Rinketic. 3 people got the correct prediction for Leicester versus Tottenham. And only one other person went for an away victory, and that was Lord Rodney, scoring himself a point. So well done for the 3 people for getting that right. Next game ended up being Aston Villa 1, West Ham 1. And the correct prediction there came from Graham, Inner Hype, Grant Packham. So 3 people scored greens there for the 1-1 draw. Anybody else that got an orange, which there were 6 of you, it means that you went for a draw, like 2-2s or 0-0s, or a 3-3, and you ended up with a point. The next game is Fulham 0, Manchester United 1, and that was correctly predicted by yours truly. And then we had a smattering of oranges, so people had gone for the away victory, but only one person. So I was the only one that correctly predicted that score correctly. Bonus game number 1 ended up being Augsburg 2, Heidenheim 1. And the correct predictions there went to Neil, Drula, Big John, Mark Taylor, Totspurs, Peter Kagayas, Leo, Tigaro, and Quez. All correctly predicted the 2-1 victory for Augsburg. The next game was Napoli 2, Juventus 1. And here the correct prediction came in from Carl Simpson, Ronnie, Gus Parker, Drula, Big John, Mark Taylor, Totspurs, David Shear, Queen Ellie, Leo, the Spurs Analyst, Quez, Colin, and Rodney Trotter. So quite a few people actually predicted the correct score in that game, which was, I don't know whether it's by design, because a lot of people default 2-1 or 1-2, don't they, in some of these, but the 2-1 paid off in that game. The next game was AEK Athens versus Panathinaikos. And there's a lot of orange there, so a lot of people went for the AEK to win, but different score lines. And we ended up with just a couple of people that correctly predicted that, and they were Nita, Jimmy Hotspur, and Colin. Sorry, Leah, you must have been on the first page. Yeah, you were on the first page. So they all correctly predicted the 1-0 victory. Anyone else in orange went for the home win. And then you have the last game was, or it was the first game, but actually last on the list here at the weekend, was Mallorca versus Real Betis. And that ended up 0-1. And for that, we've got a few people that got the away victory, but not the correct score. The only correct score actually came in from Hanno. Hanno had the 0-1. So well done to all these people that scored points this week. Let me have a look. Just want to check that to make sure I'll catch up with the chat before I go into the league. Mark, you're not sure how you did on the bonuses, but Mark, you had a good week. Mark, this week you scored 17 points. You had a really, really good week, Mark. I'll take the logo down. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Take the logo down. Where's the logo? The logo. The logo. Take the logo down. Forgot. Right. So you've got. Where are we? Everton. Effing Everton, says Ben. Jess, what you were the star of the week, Jess. You got 19 points. So you were the star of the week. So you've had a brilliant week, but I think I messaged you privately yesterday because you kept asking me on your show, and there were still 2 games to play, and you was on 19 points with 2 games to play. So well done, brilliant. Ben says, how can I be the only person that predicted Everton to win and only go and do it? Angus says, let me guess, you all predicted a loss for Arsenal. Where's Arsenal? Who did Arsenal play? No, you've got, as you can see, there's greens and there's oranges there. Shitty Spurs says, Carl. 5 guys. Big up, says Lord Rodney. Lord Rodney says, I robbed myself of 5 points. Rodney, what did you get? You had a really good week, Rodney. Where's Rodney's score? Rodney, you had a really good week. Look, you missed the first game because you were too late when you predicted on the show on Saturday. You'd already missed the first game. But you scored 15 points, Rodney. That's a really, really good week. 15 points is fantastic. There were some really good points for some people this week. Lord Rodney says, couldn't bring myself to bet on United, and they got the 2-0 on Spurs. I went 1-3 instead of 2-1, too reckless. Miss Bunny says, get the likes up. Get intel, brilliant. Yeah, Mark, you had a fantastic time. I got the right score for Augsburg, says David Clark. Yep, you did. You got the right score for Augsburg, David. What does he say? Cooper says to Jesse fan channel, come on, wifey, share with the hubby. I just want 9 of your points, please. 10 is still great. 10 is still a great week for you. So Cooper wants Jess to give his add 9 points to his points for this week. So really, in honesty, I think you guys are getting the hang of this because a lot of people ended up scoring really well. Like I said, if I averaged it out from the people that played, which I did average it out, the average was 9.3. So anyone that got 9, let's say 9 points, 9 points and above, you were above average this week. So line by line, I normally do. So I'll do it again line by line. Jose scored 16, Archer 11, Carl Simpson 12, Neil 7, Graham 10, Ronnie 10, Mikey Romero 11, Gus Parker 7, Alan 8, Kuva 7, Drula 13 double points, Adrian 11 double points. So Adrian, you scored more than what you thought. Johnny BG 7 points, In the Bin 7 points, David Clark 9 points, Colin Blackshaw 4 points, Jess, Person of the Week, Woman of the Week, we'll say Woman of the Week, 19 points, highest scorer this week. Big John 14, Michael Chelsea 7, Edem 8, Mark Taylor an impressive 17 points, Sai 7, Paul G 6, Nita 7, James impressive, got 15 points this week. Dekaru scored 6, Potato 7, Ryan G 9, The Cough 2, Rob 12, Tot Spurs an impressive 18 points. Inner Hype 9, Vindaloo 9, Roundtable Nick 13 double figures, Richard 11 double figures, Michelle, who was a returning player from last year but it was his first week this year, scored 7, Smithy 5, Mr. Shear 9, Peter, 10, Ian Meth, 6, The Wiz got 8, Rinketic, 10 double figures, Queen Ellie, 10 double figures, Leo the Homie, 11 double figures, Bobby K, 7, Jimmy Hotspur, 7, Spurs Analyst, good shout this week again, 16 points, good double figures for Dan. Dan Coy's 6, Tigaro 9, Hano double figures, 12, Wayne 7, Stacy 5, Grant 9, Quez double figures, 12, good shout for Quez, a good shout for Colin with 12, Lord Rodney smashed it, 15 points. Kate from the Perfect Match 2, Jim from the Perfect Match 9, Chang 6, and Nick 4. The reason why then the last four only predicted the Premiership. They didn't predict the bonus games. So, with all that being said, we have had some movers and some shakers this week. Ellie says, hello, Jose, just joining you, hon. What's Will the shoulder appearance showing a bit of skin there? It's just I'm wearing a top that does that. I've got to go and get ready to go and play football. Devastated, Ben says he got 2 points. So, and Ben Kaufman, you're literally the opposite of Spurs, says Cooper. And what's it clearly saying? Oh, smash the likes for Jose. Right, so that then means, as I said, we've got 124 players playing. So from 124th to 112th, there hasn't been any change at all. We had a new player who's 117th, Milos, but he played last week for the first time, hasn't come back. We had Mink Migson, who played 2 weeks ago, did predictions. He only did one prediction, I think, but he hasn't come back. So there's been no change down there. However, from 78th to 11th, there has been changes here. Right, let me just check. So Michelle Zachariah, if you're in blue, it's the first week that you've done it. If you're in green, it means that you've moved up the table. And if you're in an orangey brown colour, it means you broke the 100 or the 200 barrier. And in all likelihood, you probably went up as well. You probably climbed up, but just wanted to make a note of who's past the 100 and 200 barrier this week. So you've got Michelle in 102nd. Wayne Bonner is up into 84th. In the bin is up to 80th. Mark Taylor has gone into 72nd. Lord Rodney into 64th. Nick Collison into 63rd. Jim into 62nd. Leo up into 56th. Dekaru is gone into 54th. Stacey to 52nd. Rinketic into 51st. Archer into 50th. Sorry, the colour is wrong. It should be Jimmy Hotspur should also be orange. So Inner Hype, Grant and Jimmy Hotspur have all broken the 100 points this week. So well done, Inner Hype, Grant and Jimmy. You're all in the 100 club. So 49 people have gone past 100 points now. There is no reason why everybody on this page and even behind this page cannot reach the minimum of 100. I think 100 is a bare minimum, and some could even reach 200 points by the end of the season. So well done, those three. Takes us up to 49 players to break the 100 mark. The Spurs analyst, Dan, has gone into 44th. Colin is into 42nd. Side Dancer is up to 39th. And in the top, you have Neil into 38th. The Potato 37th. Bobby Case climbing into 36th. Jess, with her massive haul this week, has leapfrogged to 34th. Hanno is in 28th. Rob Belcher into 22nd. James into 21st. Quez into 20th. Mr. Shear got 9 points this week, so he sits on 199. So one more point, Mr. Shear. You broke the 200 club. But this week, the 200 club was broken by Ed M, Paul G, and Drula all went past the 200 mark this week. So well done, you three as well. Mikey Romero up to 13th. Ronnie has gone into 12th. Big John into 10th. Hotspurs into 8th. And I've gone into 5th. So I climbed a place into 5th. At the top, it's still Graham. But Graham is now 10 points in front of Dan Coy's. So he's made a 10 point. He's made a swing in the last 3 weeks. I think Dan Coy's was top at Christmas. So since Christmas, Graham's put a run together and he's gone ahead of him. Kuva's up there. Kuva's in 246. And Carl Simpson as well. Listen, I keep saying to people that will listen to me, I think that the table will keep changing from now to the end of the season. You keep playing, the table will keep changing, and I will have no surprise whether we get different leaders and we could also have a different winner by the end of it. But well done to everyone. I'm hopefully you've all caught where you are. Let me see what your comments are saying. Here's Nick. Hi, Nick. Nick, I keep telling you, right, Nick, that if you miss the show, because you're down under, I think, Nick, and if we're on at 4 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, it might be too late for you. But if that's the case, Nick, at the end of the stream, you can always leave your predictions and your results at the end of the stream, and I will then accept them because other people leave them there, and I can then add them to the people that have missed the show. All I say to people is please hit the like button when you leave your predictions on the stream, because I come off doing the live show. There are so many people that have said, oh, I've hit the like button during the stream, and when the stream ends and people leave their predictions, the like count don't go up. So it's like I'm still doing the work for you, but you're not liking that I'm doing the work. So just always remember. And Lord Rodney says it's easier to do in the comments, but yeah, I can always get it from you. Drula says not bad. Who's the best at XPG? I don't know who's the best at the alphabet, Lord Rodney, because I don't do it myself. Jess says she's happy with that. I bet you are. Ben says it's that Graham is romping it. Graham will see this on Graham is away. I can't remember where he is, but he's messaged me. And he's not back till Friday. So he did say he was going to catch up with the shows after. So yeah. So Graham, well done, mate. And Lord Rodney says it's easier to do them in the comments. Gives you a minute to think about hundreds of scores coming in. Yeah, because everyone does them, and yeah, you can think about your own score and scores that other people are putting in. So yeah, if anybody else needs to know, if anyone's missed where you are or how many points you got this week, then just let me know and I'll go back and have a look at it. The predictions for this week. Let me have a look, because I haven't even looked and I haven't even lined up what's going to be happening this week in the predictions. Let me go to football and the fixtures. I've got a feeling, and I'm not sure whether I'm right or wrong, but there are European games this week, so I'm not sure whether they'll finish the Premiership games. Right, so there's matches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 matches on Saturday, and there's an early kickoff. There's a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. So there's 6 games on Saturday. There's 3 games on Sunday, and there'll be 1 game on Monday night. So Monday the 3rd of February, there's a Monday night game as well, which is the end of the transfer window as well. So therefore, the predictions that we do next week will be, week 24, the prediction show will be this Friday, and the results show is likely to be either Wednesday or Thursday of next week, because with a game being on Monday and I work away Tuesdays and Wednesdays away from home, there will not be a result show on the Tuesday. So yeah, the result shows for next week will either be Wednesday or Thursday of next week, and the predictions will be on Friday. I'm just making sure that we haven't got any more games going on. No, we haven't. And then the following week, the week beginning the 7th, I don't know whether I'm going to do it on the 7th, but week beginning the 8th of February, it will be FA Cup week. And when it's FA Cup week, we know what we do. We do 20 games. We will cover 20 games again because it will be a bonus week because there's no Premiership games, and we will cover 20 games. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me see. 10, 11, 12, 13, 40. There is not even 20 games to cover. There's not 20 games to cover from the FA Cup. So I will pick random games, but on the bonus week, we will do 20 games the week after next. You've got Graham at GCTV as a role model for this game. On a separate note, does anyone know where he keeps his phone or where his fuse box is? I just want to make sure they're safe. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where he keeps everything, mate. Carl says, come on, does Spurs really have to play again? Yeah, they do. We're away to Brentford this weekend, aren't we? And David Shear, I think he's gifted a channel membership now. And I'm going to have to go and look again. It's very kind of you, David, but I need to now find who got your... So Mark, simply Mark. Mark was gifted a membership by Mr. Shear. What did he say? 20 FA Cup games, Wolverhampton and Angus have a week off. Yeah, they will have a week off, Kuba, you're right. But yeah, it'll be 20 random games that I would have. Well, it won't all be FA Cup games because there's no 20 games left in the FA Cup. And bearing in mind we do the show on a Friday, I think that if I did the Friday night game in the FA Cup, people will end up missing predictions for that week. Is there a Thursday game in the FA Cup? No, there can't be because Thursday Tottenham play Liverpool in the semi-final of the League Cup next Thursday. So there's one game in the FA Cup on Friday. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Fulham, 9, 10. There's 10 games being played on Saturday. And then there's 3 games being played on Sunday. And on Monday there's 1 game. That doesn't sound... Oh, and there's another game on the Tuesday as well. So if I did the FA Cup, I suppose I could do the FA Cup. I could possibly include the Premier League game between Everton and Liverpool as well, which will add another game to it. But yeah, that's for the week after next. So people, unless you have anything, unless you've got any questions to ask of me with regards to the tables and the scores, if you want me to show you your scores on the table again, then I'm pretty much done for the catch up now for the results. And then I look forward to seeing you all either for the next show. You'll have to hit the notification bell because I don't know because I'm away with work. But I'll definitely have the prediction show on Friday. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. It'd be good. But that is your update for week 23. So thank you very much, everyone. And thank you very much to Chang for his 4-month member chat. Thank you to David Shear for gifting 6 memberships, 5 in one go, and then 1 after that. So thank you very much, David Shear. Thank you very much, everyone. Like I said, if I'm on during the week, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will see you all on Friday if I'm not on before. Take care, everyone. God bless. Come on, you Spurs.